Good morning, PCMS. This is Mr. Slater, and today what we're going to be doing is going over our new unit on constructive forces. As you can tell, you can see that I'm on our SCI guide, and this is on page 18. So this is where all the information is going to be for our unit that we're going to be going over. Again, we're going over constructive forces. While we go through this, there are a couple questions that are going to pop up during the video. Make sure you guys answer those on Edpuzzle. So it says constructive forces. A boundary, also called a fault, is where two plates meet. There are three types of boundaries. Okay, there's three types of boundaries, the main thing that we need to understand. A fracture within a plate is also called a fault. A hole within a plate is called a hotspot. Folding occurs when two plates collide, and then the plates or rocks bend and crumble. So the first type of boundary that we have for constructive forces is transform boundaries. Okay, this occurs where two plate boundaries are locked into place and try and move past each other in opposite directions. So these plates are actually sliding past each other. Okay, earthquakes and tsunamis. Okay, this is what happens when these plates are moving like this. An example is the San Andreas Fault. The next one we have is a divergent plate boundary. This occurs where two plates pull back away from one another, meaning the plates are moving apart. This is caused by seafloor spreading, or seafloor spreading is caused by this. Remember last unit when we talked about how convection currents move our crust, this is where this is occurring, okay? It's occurring at diverging plate boundaries. An example of this would be the mid-ocean ridge. The next one we have is a convergent plate boundary. Okay, this occurs where two continents are colliding towards each other, okay? And because they're colliding, they're actually folding, which are gonna be creating mountains. And examples of this are like the Himalaya mountain ranges and Mount Everest. Okay, the next one we have is a convergent plate boundary, meaning they're coming together. But instead of these folding, okay, instead of the plates coming up and making a mountain, this is where a continental and an oceanic plate move towards each other. Because oceanic plates are pushed down by the ocean, they become more dense, and they're going to want to go down, okay? So we call these areas subduction zones at these type of plate boundaries. Remember, this is when continental and oceanic occur. An example of this would be like the Andes Mountains, okay? We have a plate going under and the other plate is rising slowly. The next thing we have is a fault, okay? This occurs where there is a fracture within a plate, okay? This is when our plates, a singular plate, something happens and a fracture is caused, okay? Fault, block, or mountain ranges or rift valleys, okay? These are different things that are caused by these faulting areas within a plate. And an example of this would be like the Sierra Nevada mountains, okay? The next thing we have is a hotspot. This occurs where there is a hole within a plate. Okay, with the hole being in there within the plate, the magma from our mantle is able to move up slowly, okay? Volcanic islands like Hawaii, okay? These are caused by these hotspots. All right, I hope you guys were able to answer all the questions, and I hope this gives you a better understanding of what constructive forces are.